good evening, or morning, afternoon, whenever you may be watching this. I am back for another Halloween movie review. Bondi Blue, yes. And this review will be featuring the movie The People Under the Stairs. Let's begin, shall we? Due to some treacherous and terrible housing authority, a family in the ghetto is being kicked out of their home. Apparently, weird white landlords want to gentrify. Oh, how times have not changed. The family lives in a rat-infested drug den. The kid has to basically go through a crack house before he can get to his apartment. Something tells me that no repairs have happened here in a while. The young boy's sister, I'm assuming, because they didn't really give names like that in this movie, has a boyfriend, played by the actor Ving Rhames. He says he knows the landlord is just lining his pockets, which we know is the truth. That's what they do. That is what they do. Ving cooks up a terrible plan to seek revenge and rob the weird white landlords. There have been rumors for years that the landlords have gold hidden in their home. And then we arrive with the landlords. And the first thing that we see seems to be the landlord's wife mishandling her daughter Alice. And when she comes to the girl's room to retrieve her food, showing us that the girl can never really leave her room, the woman notices that the girl's fork is missing. Upon first glance, we have no idea what the significance of this is. Alice gets down on the floor. Oh, it must be here somewhere. It must have just fell on the floor. A creepy hand reaches out from an air vent and gives her the fork. So I guess it wasn't on the floor after all. The woman knows she's been feeding that thing in the wall. So the man comes in and beats her. Oh, child abuse. Oh yeah, we don't like child abuse. That's scary. That's real life scary. That's not cool. This feels wrong. All of this all feels wrong. So the kid, Ving Rhames, and some white cat named Spence circles the neighborhood. They casing the joint. Spencer gets into the house pretending to be the gas man. Then, from the van, Ving and a boy can see the woman leaving the house, with Spence supposedly still inside the house. But Ving doesn't trust Spence, so he's gotta go in the house because he thinks he's trying to take the gold for himself. Little does he know, Spence ain't getting no gold. You see, Ving Rhames is playing a dumb person with bad hair. It's all dumb. Him and the hair, the plan, everything. The kid actually has to save him from a Rottweiler. What is your size for, Ving? What is your size for in this role? The kid is ready to leave at this point. The kid's spidey senses are tingling and telling him this is not a safe situation for him. But see, Ving, all he can see is the gold in his mind. The gold. And Spence stealing the gold. So no, they're not leaving just yet. The kid somehow ends up in the basement and finds a whole bunch of people trapped in some type of cage in the basement. Like, what is going on here? And they're weird looking people, like people that haven't had sun in all of their lives. You know, people who are turning into cavemen. Okay, because they've been in the basement for so long. The kid also finds Spence dead and a gold coin. Then they can hear the sound of the car coming back. The landlords are back. What are we going to do? At this point, I find out that Ving's name is Leroy. Leroy is playing dead, but he gets emotional. What? What's happening? Is that what I put in my notes? Well, whatever. When they try to get out, the door, it shocks them. Nobody's getting out. And the windows aren't breaking. So now the landlord knows somebody's in his house. And so he gets his gun. And now Leroy and the kid separate, and the kid is running around and finds Alice. Apparently, she's never seen a black person before. Apparently, a lot of white people haven't, even those that haven't been kept in their rooms their entire lives. Then Leroy ends up getting shot. We knew it. We can't believe he lasted this long. Then the landlord needs to go and put on the proper child-killing attire, which happens to be all leather, like Leatherface from American Horror Story. Do y'all remember that? I have been scarred for life by that imagery. While the landlord is trying to kill the boy, he keeps getting distracted by the people in the walls. So he's basically in his house shooting it up, and nobody hears this? Word. But he's getting quite upset because the people in the walls find it rather funny that he can never really find them. The police have been trolling the neighborhood because of the robberies, and they see the van in the driveway of the house, and they know it's tied to other burglaries. So now the cops come a knocking. The landlords, of course, being unassuming white folks, lie, and the police are no smarter. But this is when they figure out that the boy who arrived first was involved. Oh yes, the boy tried to come and be a scout at the woman's door, but she wasn't interested. After that, they knew that only a white man was getting inside of that house. The kid starts running from the landlord again, and he starts to get chased by the Rottweiler. Vin couldn't do it, but the kid punches the dog in the face. Oh yes, in the face. You couldn't punch my dog in the face. You couldn't punch my dog in the face. I'ma just say that. Without getting bit. No, not happening. The landlord almost catches the kid, but he hits him on the head. And then one of the strange people from the walls comes out and saves the kid. Then they release the dog inside the walls, and he begins to chase the boy throughout all of the walls. Why are there so many empty spaces in these walls? What's happening here? Who built this house? What happened? Did y'all put the people in the basement that y'all keep trying to kill? Like, did y'all put them down there and now they're terrifying y'all and y'all trying to kill them, but you can't get to them even though they're locked up in the basement? I'm so confused. I'm sorry. Out of character. Back into character. They booby-trap the dog, which sends him down a chute into the kitchen and out of the walls. Then they all end up in Alice's room. Then we find out our friend who's been helping from in the walls' name is Roach. And Roach got his tongue cut out for trying to get help. So yeah, we can assume that the landlords are keeping people trapped in their house, and that those people sometimes get even with the landlords by messing with them. And then there are dolls with the souls of people who saw too much. I said, word? Is that what's going on here? Is that in my notes? That's in my notes. The landlord busts into Alice's room. They retrieve the kid and push him down to the basement. And then the woman makes Alice clean up Leroy's blood. So the kid is tied up in the basement and the landlord is eating Leroy. So y'all are eating Spencer and Leroy. Y'all are cannibals, obviously. Thanks for the update. And you got people down here in the basement. What's happening? What's the point of that? Are you eating them? Are you saving them for later? Are they for winter? What's happening? Then we see him throw a piece of Leroy to the people in the gate. Throw a piece of it. Like, so they eat people too? Then the landlord throws the kid in with the people under the stairs. Will they eat him? I wonder. The wife, acting like a crazy Christian woman, is making Alice get into a tub of scalding hot water to wash off Leroy's blood. Roach saves the boy by scaring the people under the stairs. I still don't understand how that happened. Then Roach is shot by the man. Roach dies. Now who's gonna help the boy? Well, the kid. The boy is gonna save the boy. He nut-checks the landlord. He and Alice then hide in a heating duct, which the landlord nefariously turns on. They get back into the walls, which are booby-trapped, and then they release the Rottweiler back into the wall. The boy wrestles with the Rottweiler, and the landlord knows that the boy and the dog are right here at the wall, so he starts stabbing at the wall. And when the boy realizes that he's stabbing at the wall, he switcheroos and puts the dog against the wall. And guess who gets stabbed? That's right, the Rottweiler. But it was more like a stuffed animal getting stabbed. I'm sure of it. I'm sure I saw a stuffed animal. The kid climbs up to the chimney. He's gonna get out, okay? And he tries to get Alice out, but Alice is too scared. She's never been into the world. He promises he'll come back for her. I said, why? No, don't go back. Don't go back. At best, call the cops. And that is exactly what the boy did. He went home and he called the cops. He did bring some coins home with him, though. We're not going to go home empty-handed after all of this. Oh, no. They have enough there to pay their rent until year 2000. My first thought is, how about we buy a house so we don't have to stay in a crack house anymore? How about that? How about we move with this money? No? No, Grandpa? We don't want to move with this money? And that's when the grandfather tells them to be careful of the brother and sister duo. And then we find out just how incestuous this situation really is. Not only were they woman and man, and then man and wife, they were also brother and sister. The grandfather says they started out as morticians, and then they got into real estate. Then the money really started to come in. All kinds of things were rumored to have happened, but no one ever takes the claim seriously. Of course they don't. When Grandpa was a kid, they didn't walk past that house, because it's been generations of sisters and brothers fucking and trying to kill people and eating them in there. Like I said, the kid called the cops. The police show up at the home of the landlords and they can't seem to find the kid. They pretend as if the room of their daughter is from their deceased daughter. Or she ran away or something stupid. But either way, they was lying. The cops were stupid, to say the least. I mean, the man is wiping blood from his forehead and the cops didn't even notice it. The kid gets back to the house to save Alice and overhears the man and the woman, the brother and the sister, discussing going to the ghetto to kill him. So he goes in thinking he's about to do something. I don't know what he thought. Come to find out it was a tape player talking the whole time. It was a trap. He didn't get on his toes fast enough, and then here comes the guy in a leather suit trying to kill him again. But he gets away and he climbs up the chimney to Alice. The man comes up to the attic. Right where they are in the chimney. They're hiding behind it. The woman is screaming for the man to come and put her to bed. Ugh. And then they discuss cutting the kid's balls off, as if things couldn't get even more deranged and incestuous and racial and disgusting. The kid then tells Alice that those two people aren't her real parents and they're some baby snatchers. Oh, so y'all didn't have her. Oh, thank God. The man says that Alice is a whore he should have killed. The woman, on the other hand, begs him to show her some mercy. She's only a girl. But they set a trap themselves, making noise in the chimney until the man peeks his head in and the kid drops a brick. And once the man is incapacitated, the woman looks because she's stupid. And then he jumps down on her. Ah! Alice travels through the chimney and goes to the living room. Apparently, this chimney just goes all through the house, just like the walls. She was supposed to get out of the back door, but it was locked. The kid goes and gets the gun so that he can free all those people in the basement. And I was like, do you want to free these people in the basement? I mean, they helped them and they didn't eat him, but still. You gonna just release them out into the neighborhood? Oh, but don't they eat people? Oh, I don't know. I don't think the kid thought this through. And that's when the woman finds Alice in the living room. And she grabs her. But Alice realizing that she's not her real mother, stomps on her foot and pushes her down to the ground. She runs to the back door, but it's locked. But then she hides in the roof of the stove. I was like, y'all are some acrobatic ass kids. Yeah, a lot of core strength. The kid falls down to the basement with the booby trap stairs because he was on the stairs and the stairs just released and then he fell down. He slid back down into the basement. He was stuck. I was like, now who did this for y'all? Did y'all do this yourselves? Because that was actually pretty cool for the stairs to just flatten like that. I mean, that's scary as hell, but it would be fun in other circumstances. But he loses his gun. And just as the man retrieves the gun and is about to shoot him, someone knocks on the door. The woman opens the door and it's Ruby, the boy's sister. But the woman, not caring what she has to say because it seems like it's about the apartments, closes the door. And then she tells the man to kill the kid. But then another knock at the door. And it's the kid's grandfather. And they push their way into the house. The woman pulls her gun and says, "There's a bunch of nit." And then she sees all of the people from the projects in the neighborhood outside in front of the house. Like, what's up? You can't shoot us all. Then Alice drops down on her. Then she bangs her head against the floor. It's all these years of aggression. Ruby says, "Damn, you knocked her ass out cold." I said, "Right, Ruby?" They go down to the basement, but the man is on the stairs. And he runs up and knocks him down. Then the woman disappears when Ruby goes outside. I said, why didn't all the people come into the house? Why weren't there police officers with y'all? Why were they able to just close the door and commence to trying to kill people even though there were like 100 people out on the street? But Alice is stuck inside. The kid tells all of the people in the basement and under the stairs and in the walls how to get out of the house. And so they, in return, show him the money. Oh yes, show me the money. The woman starts chasing Alice up the stairs with a knife. But the people under the stairs crash through and grab her. "Ah, we got you, bitch." And then they throw her down to the basement so that her man can see what's become of her. Mincemeat. And then the man hears the kid in the money room. The kid actually stuck coins in the candle. So as the candle was melting, the coins were falling, making the man think that the kid was there, setting a booby trap, because this whole movie has basically been like racial poor Home Alone. There's a bomb set there. I said, where did the kid get a bomb from? Was there a bomb in the basement already? Either way, he set the bomb up. And the man tries to shoot the kid, and then the bomb goes off, and boom, you're dead. And then the money didn't burn up, didn't get shredded, didn't get cut up. Oh no. The money just starts to fly into the air in the neighborhood for the 100 people outside that were doing nothing to help them on the inside start grabbing money. And then the people who were living under the stairs and in the basement run out because apparently you couldn't tell that they were creepy looking when you were looking for the money. No one noticed the zombies. And the money was still all together. Word? Okay. Well, that was the people under the stairs. It didn't make sense in a lot of moments, but I hope that you guys enjoyed my review of it. This concludes my Halloween movie review. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.